Our first hazard of the day is a cattle guard. Wow. We are here, people. South Colony Lakes Trailhead. This is the two-wheel drive trailhead. We are looking at a 20-mile round trip. It is Friday afternoon, about 1:30. We are starting on our quest to attempt Crestone Peak. And if the Lord wills and strength is great, on to Crestone Needle. This is the one we've been working hard for. This is the big one of the year right here. We are packing in. We're planning to camp in around South Colony Lakes. About a 6 to 7 mile journey from what I understand. And we've elected to not take the 4-wheel drive road. Read too many horror stories online. I'm gonna take the safe route, walk it in, camp up there tonight, and see how far we can get tomorrow. It's a beautiful day, perfect. Just getting into the trees here. About a half mile up. Here comes a brave soul. He looks equipped for this road. But already looking down on the valley, whatever valley that is. This would be really pretty in about maybe 2 weeks with the aspen changing. You can see the tundra, the high tundra is already changing color. Beautiful. One thing I gotta say though, this is different than what we're normally used to. Obviously packing in is different, but also hiking in the afternoon when the sun is at its strongest. You start at the trailhead at about 8,800 feet. It was 85 degrees when we started. Not used to that heat. So that's definitely something to get used to. I'm drinking a lot of water. We're doing pretty good. But yeah, the heat is something different. And that's why I like hiking in the high altitude, because it's always cool. So that's been something to get used to. But we're doing good. We've been at it about an hour now. We've gone just a little over 2 miles, right around 2 miles. So we're keeping a really good pace. We should be reaching the 4-wheel drive trailhead in about within a half hour or so. And the view is starting to open up a little bit now. Great to be here. And at 2.62 miles, we have reached the 4-wheel drive trailhead. We were coming across campsites and nice little pull-off spots, and that's why we have made it. See the brave souls that have made it up here. Even he made it up here. I can't believe it.
Yeah, but there's death center there.
There were parking spots back there. This looks like a main parking area here, off to the left. And here's the road. There's some signage over here. And from those signs, there is a path here. We're taking the path. Now, no more road. Matthew just found some wild raspberries. They were delicious. Campsite. Our first glimpse of Crestone Needle. And that view's only going to get better as we go on. We're about 4 miles in and rolling on good and strong. Figure probably 2 to 3 more miles till camp. As you walk down the trail here, you can see evidence of Crestone conglomerate. That's what they call that. Well, it's a conglomerate. In this area, they call it Crestone conglomerate. You'll see that a lot in the rock, especially as we climb the peaks. Pretty cool. And that is Humboldt Peak right there. That's another 14er. Someday. We've been cruising, people. We've been maintaining about a 2 mile an hour pace. So we will get to our camping grounds in fine shape. Plenty of time to set up camp in daylight, have a nice meal, relax a little while before we hit the sack. just about to South Colony Lakes, and we have some more placards. Here's some statistics for the 314ers off of this trail: Humboldt Peak, Crestone Peak, and Crestone Needle. Yeah, there he is, Ellingwood. He's like one of the original mountaineers, exploring and summiting a lot of these peaks. There it is, Crestone Needle right there. We are getting close to camping grounds very soon. At this point you hit a junction, and both trails pretty much end up at the same place. That one's a little shorter, but it's a little steeper. We're gonna choose the slightly longer trail. It goes a little more gradual. Besides, we're really not in a huge hurry. I believe that is Broken Hand Peak right there. So here we reach the end of the old four-wheel drive road, I think. It's kind of interesting here. You have normal rock and then this conglomerate. This just fascinates me to no end. And apparently that's what these mountains are covered with, this conglomerate rock. I have a feeling I might mention that a few more times in this video. But we're getting pretty close to South Colony Lakes. We're about 6.5 miles in. And people, I am whooped. This backpacking stuff is for real. You have never been shot at, have you? "20 feet away." Dinner is absorbing water at the moment. Oh my word, there's another deer over there. And I'm in the process of trying to set up my tent, and this deer shows up. There's another one. There she is. Isn't that something? There's the deer. There's my tent. Isn't this amazing? She doesn't care one lick about me. Here we are set up, camp, as we live amongst the deer, and hopefully only deer. Hopefully there's no bearsies up in this area. We did hear some elk bugle earlier. That was pretty cool. But, wow, what a place. Just down here to refill our water. But oh man, what a place. It's that wild animal over there. Looking up at Humboldt Peak, Crestone Needle. Good morning, people. It is morning. It is dark, but it is morning, and we are headed off on the standard route, Crestone Needle. Matthew is gone, and I got a good headlamp this time, though. I think see a little bit better. And we are headed towards Broken Hand Pass and Crestone Peak. Making our way up Broken Hand Pass. See the few headlamps below. There's Humboldt Peak. Not much progress in the sunrise yet. Doesn't look like anyway. We're about, I would say, 10-15 minutes farther on. Getting dangerously close to the Class 3 section of Broken Hand Pass. There's a lot of loose rocks in this area, so we gotta watch our step, but I wish I could capture the steepness of that. But it's that little gully right there. Come right through that notch right there. Whew. So we're moving around to the left of this big rock formation here. And there's an actual trail. Pretty distinguished in this spot. Kind of aiming for those 2 fingers right there sticking out. I'm not sure what we do at that point. Definitely some Class 3s through here, people. This has been wild. Very fun. But very slow. Well, hello there, sir.
Sorry.
That's okay. Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's the top of the pass. We definitely went to the left of those fingers. That was the trail. I tell you, it was all hands, all feet needed through there. So, but we are almost to the top of Broken Hand Pass. I would love to get some of the climbing and video through here, but I'm sorry, people. I need all my hands. All 2 of them. All the time. But there's Matthew. He's making his way up. He's going to be getting up to the pass here shortly. I'm going to Make my way up through there. We'll have a nice peek out the other side. Well, that was everything it was cracked up to be. Wow. We're gonna keep heading down the other side. We're gonna just miss the sunrise, but it's gonna be a beauty. And there is the San Luis Valley. That's something. Man, that's a lot steeper than I thought out the other side here. Wow. So, if we were to go up Crestone Needle, this is where we would go. We would scamper right up here. But we're gonna get the peak first. And head down this nastiness. At least the heart gets a break. Wow, look at that. That's something. San Luis Valley. Okay. Onward and downward. Yeah, yippee. And now we start down Broken Hand Pass. The other side. Making our way down, and there's the needle with the sunrise on it. Isn't that nice? Well, we're back to class 1, which is nice. It's a very clear, defined trail. And now, and it was steep. Steeper than I was expecting. You lose about 700 feet in elevation going down Broken Hand Pass down to this side to Cottonwood Lake. So, yeah. We're at about 12.9 at the top and about 12.2 at the bottom, I think. And maybe it's 600 feet because it seems like I had heard that it was 12.3 at the bottom. But anyway, we are doing the Crestones. That's something. We are here. It's gonna be one of those journeys that, like Matthew said a little while ago, we'll find out what we're made of today. Packing in the day before, attempting a couple of 14ers. One class 3, one class 4. Yeah, take it one at a time, see how we do, but yeah, it's gonna be all in today. Kind of like last week. So we've gone past Cottonwood Lake, and now we are just going around this, I guess, the very back ridge of Crestone Needle. We go around this, we wrap around. And in a minute, we're gonna see our route up Crestone Peak. So far, this has been a very flat, easy trail since Cottonwood Lake. We had some snacks, filled up our water, Got our helmets on. And we're ready. I hope. There it is. The infamous Red Gully, I think. So now I think what we do, as you can see the traffic here, make our way up that hill, center screen, hook over, and enter the Red Gully. Matthew is moving. I gotta keep up. It's a little farther up the trail. Right up that gully, all the way to the top. Well, kinda. All the way to that ridge, and then you make a left to the top. I'm already huffing and puffing. Good grief. The steep has definitely begun. Not necessarily class 3, just very steep, loose rocks, watch your step, that kind of thing. At best, a difficult class 2. Anyway, there's where we enter the gully, right there. Wow, okay. We've definitely gotten into class 3. We are in the gully. Wow, it's crazy. In the Gully of Red, and Matthew has disappeared. I'm taking videos. I just sent a Marco Polo to the family. This is a nice little stair step here. Well, doing, 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 all the way up. We're at about 13.2 right now, so about 1,100 feet to go. Getting some nice views of the San Luis Valley. And I better go because I think Matthew's probably getting sick of waiting for me. We're at about 13.4. So about 900 feet to go yet. Look at that last section. That looks interesting. Ay, ay, ay. Maybe it's not as bad as what it looks. This is what I've been looking forward to, the view of the Sangres from up above. Absolutely astounding. Amazing. Kind of a cool section here. Very narrow gully. It narrows down here. But kind of cool looking rock. Closer all the time. Getting closer all the time. Look at that view behind me. Sand dunes coming into view more and more. The majestic Sangre de Cristos. Man, I can't believe I'm finally here. But this is tiring. This is the longest Class 3 stretch I've ever done. It's tiring. So far so good though. What a beautiful day. I believe our summit is up there. And the end of the Red Gully is there. The never-ending Red Gully. We're at about 13,700. So 500 to 600 feet to go yet. Astounding views. Just astounding views. Great sand dunes. We're at 14,100. That's what it looks like right here, people. Good grief. All right, let's do this.
Oh, what's up, guys? Dad.
It's straight down there, people.
Yeah, I got there after dark, so I just grabbed the first one I could find.
And now we just gotta scramble to the top. We go along this wall here. But look at this.
Okay, I did see a fire, so that would have been us. Nice. You know, I wouldn't have expected anything less from you guys. I heard some rave going on.
So we're on our little traverse over from the Red Gully up to the summit. And I gotta tell you, there's some nice drop-offs, some nice exposure on that. For me, anyway, I was holding on, let me tell you. But we're close. Summit's right up there. I'm in a very safe spot here. So this might be the last video before we get to the top. And because I am not videoing while I'm walking, this is crazy. Just crazy. Matthew summited. I'm about to. There's a little gully in between here. You gotta scramble up that little thing there and get up there. I got goosebumps. Summit, summit, summit. Crestone Peak, 14,299.
Put pants on. Yeah. Just to be comfy.
I'll do my best to capture this on video, but the sheer effort it takes to get up here is part of the experience of standing here. I can't even put into words what this is like. To stand on top of Crestone Peak. There's the Crestone Needle. Right there.
Yeah, you're right.
I think they call this East Crestone here.
That's Humboldt right there.
Looking down on Humboldt. This is where you get vertigo. Right there. What a trek up here. Man, oh man. This is what it looks like. All that conglomerate rock all over the place. Beautiful rock, just spectacular. In the vast San Luis Valley.
Sure, it was in the very bottom.
Challenger and Kit Carson right there.
A good week. I think it was like $70 or $80 or 52 servings. They only come in one pack.
Getting ready to head off summit.
So, you know, if you're going with a buddy, he can take one you know what I mean? One serving, you just split it.
Or if you're going for a whole week.
Closing comments before we leave summit. Let's say on the way up, if you ever do this one, just watch your handholds, watch your foot, watch your feet, footholds, and everything. Just take your time. But I gotta tell you, it's worth every effort being up here. But I gotta tell you, I hate leaving summits, as you know. This is one of the tougher ones. I hate leaving this summit, man. But we gotta head down. The downward climb very much, but I could have spent an hour of video just videoing rocks on this hike. Man, that's a long way down yet. We've come quite a ways. Got quite a ways to go, but I wanted to show some more conglomerate. All the different colors. Just really cool. And even in the rock that's just laying here solo. Really pretty. Look at that. We're starting to get a sense of hope that we might reach the bottom eventually. Really one major section of climbing. Still got a decent ways to go, but boy, we're a lot closer to the bottom than we are to the top. So I'd say we're 75% done for sure with the Red Gully anyway. So It's going well. Well, we have made it out of the class 3 for this section. What a relief. That was an adventure. Looking back on what we went up today. Wow. Really cool. And now, looking ahead, you know how different everything looks when the light hits it differently. What a beautiful area. We will not have time to get Crestone Needle today. Crestone Peak took too much time. So that's what we're going to blame it on anyway. I think Matthew could make it, but I think I'm whooped. We got to go up that yet. There's Broken Hand Pass. Isn't that just a thing of beauty? Yeah, we get to go all the way up to the top of that. Yeah, Yikaruskis. And we begin our final elevation gain for this hike. As if 6,100 feet wasn't enough, let's add on 700 more. There it is, the top of Broken Hand Pass. That's where we're headed, and that's what we have to climb. Aye, aye, aye. It's been quite a day, including yesterday. It's been quite a last 24 hours. I think we started about 24 hours ago right now. If it's about 1:30. Anyway, here we go. We have made it once again to the top of Broken Hand Pass. The good news is that that concludes the elevation gain portion of our hiking trip. The bad news is we have to go down Broken Hand Pass, which is Screeville, Scree City. It's a scree for all. But we are tired, and we've got a ways to go yet. But it's all down. There's all kinds of options here as to which way we could go. I guess as long as we end up at the bottom safely, it doesn't really matter. Well, I do know we have to go on this side of the big fingers here. So anyway, that's where we are so far. We are back to looking up at Humboldt Peak, and South Colony Lakes are getting closer with each step. It's been all the way down. Nice loose rock. The lovely layer of gravel right on top of some solid rocks. It is a slow go. Nice pose. Where's your buddy? Oh, they're down there. She's down there, or he's down there, whatever. Farther. think I want to get out of here. He's looking at me funny. It's hard to capture the enormity of the mountain. Crestone Hill. Too bad Crestone Peak isn't visible right from here, but since that's the one we conquered today, oh yeah, we got a long way to go to get back to the truck yet. Gotta stop videoing while I'm hiking. Dangerous. Well, camp is packed up. It's time to head back to the truck. We have a 7-mile journey ahead of us yet. Yeah, full pack back on. I think I measured 6.82 miles when we got to our little campsite here the other night. Last night. Good grief. So, and that was only a day ago. Anyway, we are on our way down, headed back to the truck. 6 o'clock, 2 hours after we left camp, and we are to the 4-wheel drive parking area. Which means maybe an hour to go to the parking lot. I hope so. So now that we have passed the 4-wheel drive trailhead, 2.6 more miles. It's already after 6 o'clock and we tired. We're almost back. And it's too bad I didn't have the camera going about 15 minutes ago. I have a spectacular wipeout. This road here is very loose gravel, very fine dust gravel, and I lost it. I went flying. Actually, I just kind of rolled over, kind of pathetic. Anyway, it's too bad you missed it. But what an incredible couple days. Right around 20 miles round trip. Just shy of 7,000 feet of elevation gain. Around 6,800. And Crestone Peak in the bag. Anyway, thank you for watching. Appreciate it, and hope you enjoyed this trek. Backpacking into the Sangre de Cristos and summiting Crestone Peak.